Good evening, everyone. My horror story goes back to when I was active duty in 2010. While I was active duty, Marine Corps, we had Marine Corps Ball Committee, which is a formal dinner dance, and it celebrates our birthday every year. In 2010, I was put on that committee, and I was one of the members that had to contribute, as in finding a venue, fundraising, doing different events to encourage the unit cohesion, camaraderie. So in 2010, I was one of the senior sergeants from the command. I was designated to the committee. On the committee, we were told to organize the event. This is an event where we can bring our spouses, our significant others, boyfriend, girlfriends, or we can go stag by ourselves. So we were put on this committee in the end of January, beginning part of February, and we started having meetings every couple weeks. Well, on this committee, there's about 12 members. There's several senior enlisted, which is higher ranking than I was. And so we would constantly, the hierarchy system was in effect, because that's the way the military works. The rank structure is there, so it just works that way. So working in this committee meeting, you were dealing with first sergeants, which are like E7s or E8s, and I was an E5. I had my age barrier between them and myself was pretty much the same. We were at the same age, so it was constantly headbutting a little bit, because I had ideas, because we're on a committee, because we're doing forward-thinking ideas. So that was a little bit of a challenge, and we got through it, but we were working, and there was a couple times where we had new members of the committee and older members dropped off the committee. So there was always this conflict of information, dealing with bringing people up to speed, trying to find activities when it came to fundraising, scheduling those. And a lot of times it was like left in our hands, the people that were in the lower ranks that was on the committee. It was in our hands to make this happen, while the people that were higher in rank, they just said, make it happen, make sure it gets done. But we're the ones that are pulling most of the weight. So that was the frustrating part, dealing with rank and the hierarchy system, and dealing with people that would just push off their duties to the other people. And at times it was really frustrating. What do you see as the heart of communication challenge? Being fully honest. Some of these people didn't have their agendas totally open to the rest of the committee members, so they had underlying agendas, namely to get these their companies or individual sections or departments so they could have a free Marine Corps ball, and it was challenging. How did this teamwork experience impact you, your feelings, your relationships, your ability to work as a team? We learned to overcome those simple things of communication barriers. We were going to get the mission done and the mission accomplished, and we did in the end. But it took a lot of people bending over backwards to try and make everything else smooth out. Some of us worked long hours and tried to do the math and go and look at different venues. We ended up having the Marine Corps Ball at the Disneyland Resort in California and just up in Anaheim. But it took a lot of extra work, and a lot of work that didn't necessarily need to fall on the few committee members that hung through the whole process. So that's my biggest thing with this, is working as a team. Sometimes it's challenging, but you got to make sure that you have lines of communication and honesty. And you have to, when you get tasked to do something, you have to follow through with it. And if you can't follow through with it, you need to communicate that so the other members can pick up the slack, or we can assist that individual or person or section. Other than that, everything else worked out on the committee. It was just a challenge at times, because this was a 10-month job in which we had to work together. Thank you. Talk to you later.